Hello YouTube, my name is Travis and this is Bacon and Backpacking. Today I'm going to be reviewing my first ever backpacking pack. This is the Coyote 65 that is made by Kelty. So stay tuned, I'm going to go ahead and do a full breakdown of this pack, give you my opinion, experiences with it and everything like that, so it's going to be a great episode. Let's go ahead and review some technical specifications. The capacity of the pack is 65 liters. The pack material is made out of a 420 denier polyester. It has a spring steel internal frame with an adjustable suspension. The pack weighs in at 4 pounds 10 ounces and it retails at $190. Alright, well, let's review this thing top to bottom, so it would make sense that we start with the lid then, huh? So up here you do have this big zipper in the lid, alright? There are multiple pockets in here. As you can see, there's little mesh pockets in here. So this would be a good place to put like keys or a wallet or something like that you really don't want to lose. Okay, and then this thing is sizable. Like you can actually put quite a bit of gear in there. It has straps right here that can adjust like the lid height depending on how much you have packed in the pack. And then there's buckles right here that attach the lid to the rest of the pack, and you can just flip it open like that. Now up here you do have this cinch strap that closes up the top of the pack, and then you also have this drawstring cord right here. Okay, so we've got her opened up a little bit. Here on the front of the pack, again, you have this front compartment, which again is very sizable. You can fit a lot of stuff in here, okay? You do have these like kind of like accessory loops where you can web pieces of gear in and out of here, which I never really use much, but I suppose it's nice to have. You have these enormous pockets on the side right here. This is a 1.1 liter cooking pot, and there's plenty of space for that, and a lot more other stuff in there as well too. Obviously there is one of those pouches on both sides here, okay? I want to show you something else that you can do with these side pouches as well. So another cool thing here is that these pouches aren't sewn directly to the side of the pack, so they're pass-through. So you can put, tent stakes or, if you had trekking poles or something like that down in behind here and then actually secure them down in this mesh pocket. Compression strap right here. It would be behind this and then another compression strap right here. So if you have things on the side of the pack like that, you're not going to have to worry about them falling out for sure. So moving towards the bottom of the pack here, you do have these straps at the bottom where you could put like a sleeping bag or a tent or something like that. I've actually used these for gathering material, like if it was wet outside and I didn't know if my campsite would have dry wood. I've found some dry wood on trail and cinched it down here. You can also access the bottom of the pack through these zippers right here without having to go in from the top of the pack, which is kind of a nice feature. It doesn't have a sleeping bag compartment. Like there's no internal division inside of the pack to like separate like your sleeping gear, but it does have this access pouch right here. Now continuing at the bottom of the pack on the side, you also have these compression straps on both sides going along the bottom. You have these mesh pockets, which again, everything on this pack is sizable. You could fit some serious gear in here, okay? Now moving on to how this thing actually gets onto your body here. So you do have these shoulder straps with the sternum strap right here, okay? They aren't the most comfortable shoulder straps on the market, but they're honestly not bad. Where this pack really excels is down here. Here's the hip belt, which is very padded and very cushioned, and I've used this thing on 20 trips and it is very comfortable. On this side, you have a zippered pouch, your little snack pouch, if you will. And then on this side, you kind of just have like this pass-through mesh pocket right here, okay, which obviously isn't as secure, but generally I would use this as like a snack pouch, and then this if you wanted to do like keys or a headlamp or a battery charger or something like that over here. And then a couple other miscellaneous things. There is a carry handle up top as well on this pack. And if we take a look inside here, there is a hydration bladder pouch inside as well too. I don't really use bladders or anything, but it is in there. And there's also this little Velcro piece at the top, presumably to route the hose on a bladder. On the bottom here, you do have these tool loops. You can use this in conjunction with the other straps and the other webbing to pass through something like an ice pick or a hatchet or something like that. Or you could always put it, on those pass-through pockets on the side there as well too. Just gives you, a bunch of different options and ways to go about attaching things. So I do want to get into the suspension system. As you see here, there are load lifters. So if you have a pack that is, packed quite full, these will help distribute that load off of your back and onto the load lifters. And then over here is your adjustable suspension behind that little mesh panel right there. I want to try to get a quick shot of, how that works. So real quick, I wanted to kind of show you guys how this works. You have to get in there, peel back all that Velcro, and then you can adjust this thing up and down right here, this little panel. So let's get to the final verdict then, shall we? Because I guess that's what matters. Do I recommend this pack? Yeah, absolutely. 110%. I've had this thing for 2 years. It's probably been on about 20 backpacking trips, and it has held up amazing. I'm not exactly the most gentle person to my gear, and there's not like a loose thread on this thing. It's been in the snow, the rain, the mud. It's got pine tar all over it, dirt, everything else. And for the price point, it's a great piece of gear. I bought it for, I think, $150, but that was about 2 years ago. Like I said, right now it's retailing for about $190. But if you look at like the pack I replaced this with, the Z-Packs Arc Air 50, with all of my accessories and stuff on that, it's a $400 pack. So this thing is half the cost of, say, like a lightweight Dyneema pack. Now, to each their own, but if you're a beginner backpacker and you're not ready to dive $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 into your gear, this would probably be the pack that I would choose. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The only reason that I switched to a different pack is because I bought all new gear. I went from a synthetic, huge sleeping bag that weighed like 4 pounds down to a 1 pound, down quilt. I went from a 5-pound tent to a 1.5 pound hammock setup, and all of those things are much lighter, and they take up much less volume in the pack. So I didn't need a 65-liter pack. Half of it was empty, so I dropped down to a 50-liter pack. And since all of that gear that I got was lighter weight, I didn't need a pack with a spring steel suspension in it or anything like that. I didn't need a pack that weighs 5 pounds empty. Okay. But look, if you're looking at getting into backpacking, I would 100% stand behind recommending this product. I'm confident this thing's going to last me the rest of my life. I do plan on going out and doing some sort of like retro trip with it, like going out with all my beginner gear and recording that for you guys. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming up here in the next couple of months. But yeah, guys, let's make this fun. Why don't you comment down below, what pack you started off with? And whether or not it was a good pack or a bad pack or whatever. I'd love to hear your experiences. Do me a favor, guys. Like I said, I'm a new channel. If you like the video, please slap a like on it. Comment. Let me know what sort of content you want to see. And then most importantly, subscribe and then share. Tell all your friends about the channel and everything like that. Because this is all about, one, sharing experiences, but also trying to help you guys out if you're like a beginner backpacker. Gear can get really expensive. It can be an overwhelming hobby. So I think it's important, while these gear review videos might not be the most exciting thing to watch, I do think it's helpful to a lot of people. So that's kind of my goal in putting these things out, is so you guys can make some solid purchases. Yeah, so I just wanted to throw one final thing out there. I wanted to thank all of you guys who have watched. The channel just passed 1,500 views, which might not seem like much for like a big YouTuber or something like that, but for me, just getting started out, I'm thrilled to death with that my videos have been watched 1,500 times, and we're closing in on 100 subscribers. You know, people that you know, cared enough to want to keep watching my videos. So thank all you guys very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you want to check out some of my previous backpacking trips, go ahead and click on one of these links over here where we're actually out on trail. So I will see you guys in the next video.